Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab a delta wing 1x4, put it right here, and then we do the same side, we're going to do the other side. Now, by the way, before I get any further into the video, I want to say this right now, that I don't know if this is going to be the final part, but I'm going to get it done. Like, I'm hopefully going to get it done today, because all I need is the engines and the bombs, and after the engines, all I got to do is the wings, so let's do this as a team. But without further ado, let's get further into it. The reason why I stopped building is so I didn't get sidetracked. Okay, now back to building. Wing panel one. You want to grab wing panel 1x4, put it right there where I put it. After you have done said thingy, you want to do the other side, and then you want to go ahead and do another one, and then do one more, and you want to go all the way back to the other side and do that as well. And then you're gonna want to grab. Did I place down a wing panel by accident? I don't know. I want to be able to tell because I don't have my sound on. Let me turn my sound on. Hold on. There we go. You're gonna hear the jetpack. Sorry. Then you're gonna grab the half block. I'm gonna turn that down a little for you guys. I'm gonna turn that down by 1. I usually have it on 4, but that's fine. So you're gonna grab a half block and you're gonna do this. You're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you're gonna grab, and then you're gonna switch to a half beam, and you're gonna put the half beam right there, and then you're gonna go do the other side. So you're gonna so switch to your half block and you go 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna put down 9, just like how we did on the other side, and you're gonna do just like that. And then you're gonna grab a half beam and you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and after you have done said thing, grab a go to the wings and then grab a control surface 1x1, and you want to make sure that the set controls automatically is off. So you want to make sure that's turned off, and you want to place your wing panel like this, and then you want to flip it around like so, and you want to put it on the other side, but make sure it's flipped around how this one is, like on mine. Shouldn't be that confusing. I hope it's not. Sorry, I'm sorry if I confused you. I really am. Now you want to go. Now you want to grab a motor 2. So get down to your little gear section here, and then you want to grab a motor 2. Put one. Make sure it's facing like this. So make sure the yellow. Make sure like the yellow cylinder thing that's inside of it is pointing backwards, and then flip it around, and then place it down on the other on the wing. But make sure they're facing the opposite side of each other, but make sure they're both pointing the same direction. And then your settings for your thing. Now don't do anything. Just let me get this situated here. Okay, so for you, okay, on your left, okay, on your left flap, so on your left side, your keybind is gonna, okay, so backwards is gonna be F, forwards is gonna be delete, your speed's gonna be 0.3 or 0.382, and then your max torque all the way to 1000. Your max angle 35. Now, if you want to change the max angle to 45 or any number from 25 to 85, go ahead. Just don't do 9, or don't do 90, because if you do 90, it's probably gonna act like an air brake. So yeah, your max tolerance to 20, and make sure you have servo and toggle on. And then once you have all that done, you can go ahead and press C to copy and paste to copy it, and then, which you probably already knew that, but then you're gonna go to your other one, and then you're gonna paste the stuff from the other motor to this motor. But the only thing you have to do to the motor on the right side is the only thing you have to change is the keybind. So for the right motor, it's gonna be your keybind, your forward keybind is gonna be F, and your backward keybind is gonna be delete. That's about it. And then you can just you can just paint. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this metal. Alright, so after you have done all that, now we can move on to the actual engine itself. Well, actually, no, we can't. Not until I get the not until we get this. So what you want to do is you want to grab a 1x1 wing panel, put it right here, and then you do the other side, and then then you want to go all the way down to a 1x4 wing panel and put it right there, and then after you've done that thingy successfully, then we can now do the engine. I just want to make sure that we had that ready. Actually, let's get the flap. Let's get this landing flap in real quick. So what you want to do is make sure you still have your 1x4 wing panel. Put your wing panel right there on the motor, right there, and then grab a well, I think it's a 1x3, isn't it not? Yes, it is. My bad. Okay, so you wanna grab a 1x1 delta wing. I mean, sorry, 1x4 delta wing. My bad. I don't know why I said 1x1. And you go ahead and remove the wing panel, and you want to replace it. You want to grab a 1x3 wing panel. I mean 1x3, and put it right there. And then you want to take up. You want to go to the delta wings again, and you want to grab a delta wing 1x1, put it right there, and then do the other side, but basically reversed. So we're gonna grab a 1x4, put it right there. Grab a 1x1 delta wing, put it right there, and then you're gonna grab a 1x3 wing panel, put it there, and go ahead and turn it metal and paint it. And then after you've painted it, turn it metal, let's go ahead and save it real quick. And then after we've saved it, let's go ahead and spawn it in real quick. And let's spawn her in, and after she is spawned in, let's go ahead and test everything, make sure everything works. And then the flaps. So your flaps should work just like so, and if they work, that means you're good and done with that part. Now you can go ahead and despawn. Now let's go ahead and get this done. And then you're going to what we're gonna do is we are going to grab a we're gonna go to the half blocks, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're gonna go down to the half wedge down right here, and then you want to make sure that you want to do the same thing, just on the sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to do the other side as well, because, well, you have to. Because we're going to do both engines at the same time. Because it would just be easier that way. And then... sorry about that, guys. You want to go scroll down to wedges 2. And you want to grab a round wedge in. And you want to put it one right here, and then... you want to grab, and hold on, let me do this side first. Let's go ahead and do the other side as well before we do that. And then you want to grab you want to put another round wedge right here and another one right here, but you're gonna remove those here in a minute. And then you're gonna flip the round wedge in around like how I did, no pun intended. And then you're gonna put it right here, and then you're gonna flip it around and put it right there, and then you can go ahead and remove those that are in the middle, and then you're gonna do the same thing, just like how you did, but on the other side, and then voila. And obviously, if you spawn in, these are just gonna fall, but we're gonna take care of that. Then you're gonna scroll back up to the half wedge down, put one on the side like that on both sides, and then put one right here. So like, do what I'm doing. And then you want to grab a half block and fill up and then fill up the middle of each one. So now you have your outline of the engine, of the front of the engine. And then you want to do the same thing but for the other side. So man, this thing looks beautiful. I love building, dude. It helps with my stress. And I've been building for so long that my stress is basically non-existent. Well, it's still there, it's just this game helps a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about y'all guys, but I highly recommend y'all playing this whenever you guys, even if you don't have any experience on building, if you found this video, build the plane, because you can learn from me. Trust me. But if you don't want to build a plane, that's okay. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to. Did I do the other side? Okay, I did. Now if y'all need to take breaks in between, you can. That's your choice though. Don't stress yourself out. So you want to go to your blocks and you want to grab just a regular normal block, and you want to do what I'm gonna do. Ready? Watch carefully. I don't want you messing up, okay? I do not want you messing up at all, because this is the most important part of the plane, which is what we're doing. If you mess up, you're gonna have to go back and redo it. So you're gonna do 1 like that, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Do whatever you do, do not put a block here. Leave this empty for now, because we're going to put a motor there. Now let's do the other side. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Voila. Now, go ahead and go to your gear section. Go down to motors, and you want to put. So what you want to do is you want to put your motor down right here, and then you want to put another motor on top of that. And then you want to do the same thing on the other side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come back, you're going to come into the very back, or you're going to come to the back where the motor is, and you're going to press number 3. Now if you're a mobile player, I don't know how well this thing would be in PvP or in like in a private server, you know, like if y'all RP, y'all can try. I tried with on my phone before I did the video. It's a bit in my opinion, it's a bit hard, but if y'all want to try it still, I'm not gonna put you down for that. You go ahead and do that, but I am also gonna try to figure out how to. I'm also gonna try to make like some other custom aircraft for mobile players too, so it's a bit easier. It's like, you know, like where there's like not too many like buttons, because there was like a lot. But I have other planes that have more. So, but yeah, like the big planes. But you want to click on your motor. You want to keep powered on, and you want to click toggle. All right, you want to turn on toggle. That's all you have to do for that part. Then you want to make sure your max torque is all the way up, all the way up, and you want to make sure your speed's all the way up. Now, this is the left engine, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so you guys can decide on which engine starts first. I personally use Q and E for the first engine, because Q and E for a prop, because like it's really, because it comes in handy whenever because like I use Q and E for like my engines, for like, you know, for like for my first engine. So we're gonna make the left engine. We're gonna make, it can, you don't have, doesn't matter how you put it, but you're gonna make number 1 backwards, and you're gonna make number 2 forwards. Or if you want, you can make number 1 forwards, and you can make number 2 backwards. It's your choice. I don't really care how you do it. So that's for the left engine, and then you're gonna go to your front. You see the motor in the front. You're gonna click on it, and the only thing you have to do is click powered, and then boom. And I'm not gonna explain to you what it does, because you're gonna get to see this here in a little bit. And then you're gonna go to this one right here, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna make sure power is off, and you're gonna go to the back on your right engine. So this is the right engine. And sorry if I'm talking too fast. Let me slow down. You're gonna want to turn on toggle. Make sure you have all this out at the max, and then you're gonna make. I want y'all to do this because it will save you. Because in the future, whenever you start making your own planes, make your own custom planes, or maybe even real life aircraft, maybe like a B-17 or an A-20 Havoc or a B-26, which I've done a B-26 tutorial, but YouTube got rid of it and no one really built it and all that. It was all a mess. But I might bring it back if you guys want me to. But if y'all want me to bring back the B-26 tutorial that bombed with an actual bomb sight, and it actually worked and everything, and it's now destroyed because the bombs, they get stuck in the back. But if y'all want me to like somehow bring it back and improve it, even if that means I have to put pistons in it to lower down bombs, but if I do that, it won't be a realistic aircraft no more. But if y'all want me to do that, just let me know in the comments and I will. But what you want to do is you want to do backwards can be Q, or you can make backwards E, and then forwards would be E. Or you can switch around. It's your choice. But because what this does is it saves it, like, because I know there's different keyboards out there. I know there's keyboards that don't. I know there's some keyboards out there that don't have like the keypad numbers, and some of them that don't have like the numbers, and like, you know, like the numbers on the top with like the @ signs and all that. I think that's a thing. But I'm not saying whoever's building this has a keyboard that has that feature or that doesn't. But if you do, but if you don't, and if your keyboard's different from everybody else's, then I recommend you using Q and E, because it'll help you save space, and you can determine. But after you've done that, you can now go to the block section, and you can put a block there. And then after you have done that, and I'm sorry for talking so long, I was trying to get that out of the way, but forgive me. But you want to put a block here and then a block here. Now you're probably curious, what does it do? Like what's the whole purpose of the motors? Not the block, but what's the purpose of the motors? It gives you a realistic start. I didn't want to tell you, but I'll show you. So I'll go ahead and spawn in real quick. Now, okay, that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to press G, so we can, before we even just turn on the engines, you got to make sure everything is working. Yeah, sometimes the bomb bay, I also want to point out, guys, sometimes the bomb bay can get stuck, like how it did just there. Like sometimes when you open it, sometimes the bomb bay will have trouble opening. So what you got to do is, when it does that, all you have to do is press V and then like press it again, like very fast, and then like the bombs will they'll hit the bomb bay at a high speed, and then you bring it back up. It's like, watch, it's like you'll like, let me show you. So if the bomb bay is however stuck, you'll do that, and you'll like be fast with it, and then it should get unstuck, and then it will open. But if it doesn't do that, or if it glitches through, then just despawn it and respawn back in. But this is what it does. Now, with the 2 keybinds, you're able to make the engines go 2 different directions. So if I press 2, it shuts it off. And this one right here, that's the one we're looking at. But if I press 1, it goes the opposite direction. Now it's going this way. But if I press 2, it would go this way. For example, if I press E, it turns it off. But if I press, or I mean Q, but if I press E, it goes the other way. If I press Q, it goes the opposite direction. Pretty cool, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and get these engines in, and I'm now stuck inside. Michael, don't leave me here. Michael, don't leave me. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another block and another block. Then actually, there's actually I think there's a speaker. No, there's not. I thought there was a speaker in there. Sorry, my bad. Holy laggy. Why frames? Can you please go up a little bit more? Up a little bit more. A little bit more. That's not up. That's down. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so then you want to go down to. Or did I do this? I did not. My bad. So after you have 3 blocks going out like this on both sides, go down to your wedges and grab a pyramid wedge, and put a pyramid wedge here. Oh, hold on, I'm curious. What would this look like? Hold on, don't do anything. I'm just curious. Nope. So you want to put a pyramid wedge in on the very tip, and then on both sides, and then go ahead and make it metal, like the whole engine. Because we are now at that point that we need to turn everything metal, because if we don't, we're going to, then this would be, yeah, we just need to turn it metal before we I hate stuttering, dude, but the only reason why I have stuttering is because of the fact this isn't my normal voice. I don't know if I said this already, but if I did, then I did, but I'm going to say it again, and I'll probably say it more than once in the future. I force my voice out. I force it out because my real voice is low, and it's also really hard for me because when I speak in my real voice, it's really deep and quiet. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your you're gonna paint it, and you're gonna paint this the tip black, and the motor that's right there. You're gonna paint it. This color. You're gonna paint it the bottom color, I think. Okay, my bad. So the inside of the engine color is actually different. It is actually so it's basically this color, but all you have to do is go to the blue, and instead of having 77, just make it 88. And then once you've done that, go ahead and paint the motor that color, and then paint the wall that's behind it that color. If you want to like make it look a bit more realistic inside the engine, but you can. I don't care if you want to change the color and stuff. You can use different material. You can try to like experiment with stuff if you like. You can, but there's not really much. Like if you look in here, there's not really. Yeah. But don't worry. Some of my other aircraft eventually will. I might do that with the other with one of the other Mu-25s. Then you want to grab your other paint for the bottom, and then you want to go ahead and paint these little guys, and you want to paint your bottom part. So after you've done that, I go ahead and get this as well. Almost forgot this one. And then you want to go ahead and paint your engine. Just don't paint the whole thing gray, because it has a checkers mark type of design on the engine. You can do yellow if you want. Or you can do like a different color, but I recommend you just doing mine for now. Just for now. So what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna do it. All right, watch this. So we're gonna do black, 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 and then we're gonna take a half wedge down, put it right here, take another one, put it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and just do what I do. And then you can grab a half block. It's not a half block. There you go. And you want to fill up those little gaps right there, those holes. And then do the other side so we can complete the checkers design, paint art design thingy on the engine. So we can move on. So let's go ahead and turn this metal first. After you've turned it metal, you can go ahead and let's go ahead and do this. So now what we're going to do is we are going to paint this bottom part so we don't mess up. So we know where the line is drawn. And after that you are going to so what you can do is you're gonna make this one black and you're gonna make this one black. You're gonna come on the other side and you're gonna make this one black and this one black. And then you're gonna go to the other engine and you're gonna repeat that pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and boom. You are done with the design of the engine, at least for not the design, but like the artwork. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab a half wedge down 1 times 2 and put it on the sides right here. And then you're gonna grab a quarter triangle wedge, which is right here, which is right below it, and you're gonna switch to a 1 times 2 quarter triangle wedge, and you're gonna put it on the sides like so, so it looks very smooth and nice and pretty. And then you're gonna do that on the same side as well. I mean not the same side. You're gonna do that on the other side as well, on the other engine. Excuse me. And then you're gonna do the same thing, just like I did on the other side. And by the way, you guys are probably thinking, where's part 6? Well, part 6 is when you're seeing this, you're probably already seen part 6. This is probably the final part. And you're gonna go ahead and paint it black, my friends. And after you have done said thing, let's go ahead and turn the metal. So go ahead and turn everything metal that's on it. I mean that's on like the propeller blade. On the engine cone, or the, you know what I mean. And then you want to grab a quarter wedge. So you want to grab a quarter wedge, and you want okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to do what I do. So you're gonna take your quarter wedge and you're gonna go to your left engine first, and you're going to make sure your quarter wedge is facing just like mine, which should be facing like this. And you're gonna put it down like this. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're gonna do 4, and then you're gonna do, and then you're gonna go to the other side. We're still on the left engine, by the way. You're gonna go on the other side of like, you know, on the opposite direction of that blade, and you're gonna flip it up, and your quarter wedge needs to look like this. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and if that is correct, it should be lined up with the prop line. And then you're going to flip it around, or you're gonna flip it until it looks like this, and then you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember that right there is that would be the propeller blade on the top. And the reason why I'm using these is because the reason I'm using quarter wedges for the blades is because they are perfect for the for the for these motors right here. It's like just perfect. So, and they look good too. And then you're gonna go down to the bottom, and then you're going to flip it around until it looks like this. It's like this, and then you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm gonna have to end this after I get this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the other engine, and you are going to you're basically gonna do what you did on the other side, but you're gonna flip it around. So you're gonna do the bottom first. You're gonna make sure your wedge looks like this. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna flip it around. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna flip it like this. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's go ahead and turn those metal real quick before I end this recording, and go ahead and paint them. Oops, my bad, I didn't mean to paint that. No. Oh, I almost forgot this right here, not that. These right here need to be painted as well, I think. Oh no, wait, no, my bad, I messed up. I'm sorry, I'm overthinking things. I gotta go do something. I'm sorry, guys. Just there we go. And then you want to grab this like orange right here. You see where this blue is. You see where the red and orange and blue right here. That's below it, and it's in the middle of that. Click it, and then color the tips that orange. And then you can now after you have done all of this, now I'll go ahead and save it, and I will continue in a little bit. Alright, give me a second.